Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'm bringing you a video tonight titled, Avoiding Frustration in Dating by Not Romanticizing Her Movements. This video is brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. Avoiding frustration in dating by not romanticizing her movements. And what brought this video about is, different conversations I've been having in my dating coaching community as well as with other brothers. And in my dating coach community, Matthew C. Horne Dating on the school platform, you can sign up for that community by clicking on the link in the description as well as the link that's pinned to the top of the comment. My dating coach community, great things are happening. And these conversations are happening every week on my Zoom call that I have with all of the members of the group. But I wanted to highlight something in particular are, the men who are accepting that they're going to go after the women that they want. They're going to get away from the situations that are not serving them. They're getting away from the situations that are imbalanced, meaning that they're giving more to the situations than the women are giving to them. So there are men who are waking up, and now they're entering the dating game full force. Now you have to have some knowledge and guidance on how to not become frustrated, because a lot of men are becoming frustrated. They're becoming frustrated because they're taking an imbalanced approach to dealing with women. And something that's very important that you're going to have to do in order to not get frustrated in dating is you're going to have to play the numbers game, okay? So that means that you're going to have to go out on a regular basis. You're going to have to get your ass off of that couch. You're going to have to pull yourself together after work. Go to some happy hours during the week. Go to some meetups. You can go to meetup.com and, different apps that show you where different events are happening, where the women are going to be. You're going to have to take a concerted and intelligent effort to put yourself in front of the type of women that you want to be with, okay? And then you're going to have to also get on the dating apps. You're going to have to get on as many dating apps as you possibly can and put some pictures on there that show that you actually give a fuck about yourself, okay? So in order to get in the space of enough women to have enjoyable experiences with them, you're going to have to take a concerted effort to put yourself in the space of where these women are. You can't romanticize women just coming to you. You have to go to where the women are, okay? And once you start dealing with these women, you're going to have to, number one, you're going to have to be into yourself, okay? And that's where a lot of men that I'm talking to, they're making the transition into the sexy, attractive man. They're getting in the space of women that they want to be with. But a lot of these men aren't necessarily into themselves. And what that means is that if you're not into yourself, you're going to overextend yourself to women, and then the subsequent experience is going to be frustrating. Because if you're into yourself, then you're only going to deal with women who are into you. When you only deal with women who are into you, now you can quickly identify women who are attracted to you. That's how you avoid the fatigue of overextending yourself in the dating game. That's how you avoid the frustration. Frustration comes about when you're dealing with women who are not into you the same way that you're into them. And the only way to avoid these women is to be into yourself. When you're into yourself, you can quickly identify women who are not into you. And when you're making every interaction that you have with women very short, then you avoid dating fatigue and you avoid frustration. So number one, you have to be into yourself. You have to have a level of self-love. You have to constantly be improving yourself every day and not be afraid to put yourself in the space, in the throes of the dating game as you're improving yourself. You have to be very deliberate about what you want from women, and you have to be into yourself enough to not view them as more valuable than you. Men who take the long road that leads to frustration dealing with women are men who are not into themselves, and they're more into women, and they're giving women more importance than they give to themselves. That is a space for frustration. And so if you're into women, if you're into beautiful women, these ideal women that you want, that you're approaching, if you're into them more than you're into yourself, you're going to overextend yourself. You're going to cross your fingers and hope that you get the outcomes that you want with them, as opposed to being into yourself, knowing that you developed yourself, knowing that you're bringing a superior version of yourself to the marketplace. You're bringing a superior product to the marketplace. So when you operate from that awareness, now you're only going to deal with women who are into you. It's very simple. I'm spinning some very fundamental game tonight. So when you are constantly working on yourself, you know that you're bringing a superior version of yourself to the marketplace, and you know that you are a superior man. When you know you're a superior, sexually attractive, masculine man because you're working on yourself, you're improving your best attributes, you're shoring up your attributes that need improvement, you're in a perpetual state of improvement. So you being that man, you understand that most men don't move that way. So most women are not meeting men that they're extremely into. And so if you are a representation of a man that a woman can be extremely into, you're not going to deal with women who are not into you, because you're into yourself, because you understand your place in the food chain. So you have to be into yourself. That's how you avoid the frustration, is because you can identify women who are not into you because you're into yourself. And you know what a woman looks like that's into you. Your interactions with women have to be fast. That's how you don't get fatigued, is you approach a multitude of women and you get in and out of this space very quickly. If she's attracted to you, you get the number. You may even tell her what you want to do with her. And then you get out. A woman is giving you an inferior experience. She's not attracted to you the way that you're attracted to yourself. You get out. Quick interactions allow you to avoid frustrating experiences with women. And that's how you avoid the fatigue. And that's how you stay your course. That's how you're not frustrating as you're doing the necessary work to approach a multitude of women in a multitude of spaces to get the outcomes you want. It's going to take some work. But you get burnt out when you have an inferior perception of yourself. You're constantly overextending yourself to women. You're following her lead. If a woman is not into you, she's going to lead you. If a woman is into you, she's going to follow your lead. She's not going to do anything to disrupt the situation of the potential of the experience that she can have with you. That's how you know a woman is into you. And you have to operate from the consciousness that you're giving women the space to show if she's into you. It's that simple. You don't romanticize and try to make her into you. You don't romanticize and say, man, I wish I would have said this. Or, man, I did everything she said that I needed to do, but then she still dropped me off. You know, we didn't have sex. She didn't text me back, because you're romanticizing her level of interest versus observing her level of interest. Every woman shows you exactly who she is as soon as she meets you. Every woman shows you exactly who she is as soon as she meets you. You give her the space when you approach her to show if she's into you. There's two things that you have to observe to understand if a woman is really into you as soon as you meet her. You have to look in her eyes, and you have to listen to her words. I'll say it again. You have to look into her eyes, and you have to listen to her words. Let me personify that for you tonight. Okay, just getting back in. It's a Friday night out in D.C. I love going out, man. Same thing I'm encouraging you to do. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm 20 years deep in the game, man. And so I park my car. I get to the spot late like I always do. Because as a sexy, attractive man, you don't need a lot of time. You go up in the spot and you see which women are checking for you. And you step to them. It's really that simple. So I'm walking up to the spot. I see a group of three young, beautiful women, one tall, light-skinned girl. That's my type. I step to her. They're walking away. I'm walking up. And I stop her. I say a little something comedic to her, like, yeah, let me get in your conversation. Just speak whatever comes to your mind. And she's just like, look, you want to talk to me, but I want to know where the food spots are. If you're not going to tell me where the food spots are, then don't talk to me. I said, yeah, I know where the food spots are. I was like, God damn, bitch. I said those exact words, man. And I walked away from her because I'm looking at her eyes and I'm listening to her words. She's talking to me as if I'm a utility, like I'm a peasant. And as a man who's into himself, you don't tolerate that. So you avoid the fatigue. You're in and out. So, I take a few more steps because I parked at the bottom of the block. And I see another girl waiting on her Uber. Nice, tall, sexy caramel girl. I step to her, tap her. And when you tap a woman, okay, let me give you some game here. When you tap a woman, you give her the space and the opportunity to take a look at you and inhale you. And when a woman inhales you the right way, and she's attracted to you and she's into you, then she's going to have receptivity and desire in her eyes. And that's what this particular woman had. And I said, hey, I understand I don't have that much time. You're waiting on your Uber. No small talk. I'm just like, what's your name? My name is Matthew. I was like, you're looking gorgeous right here. I said, your tall, sexy self. I said, I had to stop and talk to you. That's how I talk to women because I'm into myself. And, we had a little bit more conversation and I pulled out my phone and she reached for it just like that. I'm like, yeah, shorty, enjoy your night. Like, what are you about to get into? I'm like, yeah, let's see if we can make something happen tonight. Just that fast, under a minute. Because I'm into myself and I was able to observe that she was into me. Really that simple. That's how you avoid fatigue and frustration is you step to women, you talk to them in straight lines, and you're into yourself. You're looking in her eyes and you're listening to her words. You're observing her words. And if her words are congruent with how you see yourself, you keep the conversation going and you close it out very quickly. That's why men are so frustrated. They find one girl that's giving them a hard time that they have to beg for. They have to beg for every progression in the conversation. The number, for her to spend some time with him. Oh, let me buy you a drink. They're offering things outside of themselves to these women. So that's going to lead to frustration because the woman knows that you don't value yourself. If you offer her anything, you're not offering her yourself. And she knows that she can get something out of you. She knows that you don't value yourself. So she's going to play with you. And at the end of the night with her, more than likely, it's not going to go anywhere because she understands that you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, she's going to treat you like shit. So you're begging. The lights come on. And then next thing you know, she's like, oh, thank you for the drinks and this and that. And she's gone. But she showed you exactly who she was and her level of interest as soon as you stepped to her. But if you're not into yourself, then you're going to prolong the interaction longer than what it needs to be. Sexually attractive men are in and out. That's how you avoid dating fatigue and frustration. So I did all of that in a matter of less than 2 minutes. And then I went inside the spot and I hollered at every pretty thing I saw. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. You have to put yourself in positions to meet beautiful women if you've made the decision that you want to have favorable outcomes with the type of women that you're attracted to. There's no days off. Dating apps, going out, you have to put yourself in the game. Women aren't just going to come with you by virtue of you opening your eyes every morning. You're going to have to go to where the women are. And you're going to have to be into yourself and present a superior product. And then you're going to have an eye for women who are viewing you as a superior man. That's how you avoid fatigue. You don't romanticize the outcome that you want with her. You observe the outcome that you're going to get with her by virtue of her eyes and her words. It's really that simple. Your space will always be clean. Your space will be inundated with women who are into you if you're into yourself because you're not frustrated. You're keeping yourself in the game. You're going out on a regular basis. You're on the dating apps. You're in the grocery store seeing a beautiful woman and you step to her. You're at the gas pump and you're seeing a beautiful woman and you step to her because you're avoiding the fatigue because you're into yourself and you're only dealing with women who are into you the way that you're into yourself. That is the secret. That's the catalyst for not being frustrated. You're dropping women off very quickly who are not into you. And you're keeping the women in your space who are into you. It's very simple. It's very simple. And when you're a sexually attractive man who's done the work and you're into yourself, you give the woman an opportunity to choose you quickly. You're observing her opportunity to choose you, and you're giving her that by tapping her, by getting her attention and looking in her eyes and listening to her words. And if her eyes and her words are showing you things that you don't like, you get out of there. Because as a desirable man, you are a departure from the normal man that she meets. That's why you have to value yourself. You have to understand you are a departure. So you deserve to have the look of lust coming from her eyes and the words that are congruent with what her eyes are showing you concerning you. You deserve it. You know you deserve it because you experience it on a regular basis. The men who don't experience that are frustrated because you're going too far to her side to convince her to come to your side. Only weak men, only men who have not maximized themselves are going to a woman's side, selling themselves, introducing things from the material world, telling her what you can do for her to stay in your space. You're begging. Sexually attractive masculine men who are into themselves present themselves. They don't offer a woman a goddamn thing outside of themselves. That's how you avoid the frustration and the fatigue that has many men getting on this track to getting beautiful women, but they turn their asses around because they're frustrated. They don't have enough fortitude to keep pushing, learn about themselves, learn what they're lacking in through every interaction, and shore up their holes and improve their game. You have to have game, man. You have to have a strategy and awareness of yourself to get the outcomes that you want from women on a consistent basis. Not every woman owes you attraction, but if you're a sexually attractive man, more women than not are giving you sexual energy. Look of lust in her eyes, words that are congruent with her level of attraction to you. Really that simple. And then you have to be yourself. You can't be anyone else other than yourself. You have to accept yourself. You have to embrace yourself. And you have to understand yourself. That's called having an identity. And once you know that you've improved yourself to the point that you are a superior product that is a departure from the normal man that she encounters, now you can be confident in every approach that you make to every woman, and you can only deal with women who are viewing you in a superior light. That's how your space stays clean. Your space is either frustrating or it's clean. A clean space is devoid of women who are not into you. So all of these men who are getting frustrated because they're overextending themselves and they're romanticizing the outcomes that they want to have with women because they're attracted to these women and they're trying to force women to be attracted to them. You don't want to be that man. I hear men talking, in different spaces of coaching, community that I have and things like that. They're like, oh man, I got her, but it was like pulling teeth. And they're frustrated because they got the woman. They might have, messaged her to death, begged her to death, and he finally broke her down. And she went on a date, and she may have even had sex with the man. But since he's so into her and she's not into him, he was a man of convenience as opposed to the man of her dreams. He was the man of the hour as opposed to the man of her dreams. Pay close attention. And so even though he had sex with the woman, he was wanting more with her, but he didn't realize that she revealed her level of interest when he had to overextend himself just to get her on a date. Just to get on a date. It's like, oh, it's like pulling teeth. And I'm not being critical because these men are still in the game and they're still improving themselves. And they're coming to me for guidance. So I'm not being critical. I'm being observant. And they're like, man, I thought more was going to come out of it afterwards. I thought that the energy would be different after we had a physical encounter. And I'm like, no, she revealed her level of interest from hello. There's a difference in dealing with a woman who views you as the man of the hour versus the man of her dreams. The man of her dreams, she looks at you with lust and desire in her eyes. She's receptive in her posture. She's facing you. And her words are congruent with the lust that she has with you. She's following your lead. And if the woman is not doing that, you are breaking her down. A woman that you have to break down to have a sexual experience with just because you're convenient and you're there, she's never going to value you and desire you the way that you desire her. She showed her desire as soon as you two met. So a lot of times, it's better to not break a woman down to have sex with her and just leave her alone as soon as you meet her because she's already showing you that her desire for you does not match the desire that you have for her. That's why you have to pull teeth. That's why you have to double text. That's why you have to beg. Sexually attractive men do not beg women for anything. They don't beg them for sex. They don't beg them to stay in their space. They present themselves, observe her eyes, and listen to her words. So you just want to go out as yourself. And you don't have a firm grasp of yourself until you fully inhaled yourself. And when you fully inhaled yourself, now you can have an eye for women as soon as you step to them to view them and observe if they're fully inhaling you. I said enough, man. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight just talking about avoiding frustration by not romanticizing her movements. Observe yourself, be your best, and then you can observe her and understand if you're going to have the best experience with her. Really that simple. It's brought to you by my books. How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And if you want me to make a custom video on a particular topic, make sure you make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. Leave the subject matter that you want me to speak on in the note feature that is present on PayPal and in Cash App. There's a note feature. And once you make your donation and give me your proposed topic, I will make a video on your topic and put it on my page, Matthew C. Horne Dating, my channel, in 24 hours or less. It's really that smooth. And if your topic is more in-depth than just leaving a note, then you make your donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App, and then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. And you leave your more in-depth description of what you want me to speak on. And then I will still have your video on my channel in 24 hours or less. Streamlined, easy, just follow the instructions. If my video and my message has been of value to you tonight, then make sure you drop something in my donation information. I'll never tell you what to donate. Just donate according to however you've been impacted. Really that simple. Your donations, I'm appreciative of them. They continue to help me to grow and go and elevate as I continue to give you these elevated messages and help you to become the optimal man. It's a very fair exchange. Continue to support me. Also, if you're in need of coaching, if my voice resonates with you and you have particular issues within the dating space that you're looking to overcome, that you've been unable to overcome, I am your dating coach. If you're in need of coaching, you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. It's in the video description, my email. And you leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. And then I will do an assessment of whatever issues that you have, and I'll get right back to you with the terms of the coaching. And once you accept the terms of the coaching, we'll set the date, we'll set the time, and the coaching will commence. It's very, very simple. A lot of breakthroughs have been happening in this dating space, this dating coaching space. So I encourage you all, get your dating coaching, okay? It's specified, it's individualized just to you. Breakthroughs will happen. I'm also still looking to fill the 5 slots of the individuals who want the year-long coaching with me. Okay, I have a year-long mentorship and coaching program that I'm offering to 5 individuals because I only have the time and the bandwidth to deal with 5 individuals. In this coaching, you're going to get multiple 3 coaching calls per week, more if needed. I'm going to do an assessment of exactly where you are and where you want to be in the dating space. It's going to be over the duration of a year. That's why I can only take 5 people. You get the multiple coaching calls. You'll have round-the-clock access to me as well, meaning that you can be in a situation with a woman and you can text me, email me, call me around the clock. You have access to me. I'm yours for a year. You give me a year of your life and your life will never be the same. You'll make improvements that will supersede your most imaginative improvements that you could possibly make. You'll be a completely elevated and different man. Within the coaching also, we're going to meet up in person no matter where you are. We're going to go out together in the field. We're going to talk to women. I'm going to do assessments. And it's just going to be a beautiful space for improvement over the course of the year. Once again, I'm going to observe where you are. And then I'm going to implement an individual strategy to take you to everywhere you want to be and beyond. If you want the year-long mentorship and dating coaching program, then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. You leave your name, your phone number, and tell me a little bit about yourself in terms of where you are and where you want to go. Then I will decipher if we're a good fit to work with one another, and I'll call you. We'll have a conversation, and if we're a good fit to work with one another, then we will commence the coaching. We'll take care of the particulars, and we'll start the coaching. Give me a year of your life, you'll never be the same. Lastly, my dating coaching community on the school platform. It's growing. We're doing amazing things over there. In that particular platform, that school platform, my dating coaching community, you get 2 exclusive videos every week that are not on YouTube. Every Monday, you get a Zoom session with me. I introduce a particular topic, I do a monologue, and then you all can ask me any questions with the monologue, and then you can ask me whatever questions, present any issues that you're having in the dating space. I'm yours for an entire hour. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me. This is happening in real time. It's maximum value. You get me once a week. And then you can propose different topics that you want me to speak on as well. And then I will make your custom videos and put them in the community. You can ask me questions in the community. It's a beautiful space, man. We're all corresponding with one another. All of the men are getting breakthroughs. Everyone who's taking advantage of everything that the community has to offer, we're having breakthroughs. Okay? That's what I offer. Whatever capacity that you need me in, you're going to get breakthroughs. And that's essentially all I have for you. Just please avoid the frustration in the dating space. Know yourself, love yourself, inhale yourself, and step to every woman with the full awareness of yourself. That way you can quickly identify the women who you should engage with and the ones that you should let go. That reduces and that eliminates dating fatigue. You will not be tempted to turn around once you fully inhaled yourself and you're moving forward constantly in peace, not in frustration, in peace, because you understand the women who desire you the way that you desire yourself. And you're only inundating your space with women who desire you. There's no frustration there. There's only fulfillment. That's all I have for you tonight. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll see you all soon.